Hello, hope you are doing well. My name is Oyara Washington, doing Bachelor's of Information Technology. Here we are going to discuss project management in computing. Let's begin by the fundamentals of project management in computing. Let's begin by defining what is a project. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or a result. Then the other concept of project management, this is just an application of knowledge, skills and tools, and techniques to a project activity to meet the project requirements. So what are the attributes of a project? You should put at the back of our mind, a project should have a well-defined objective, and these objectives should be SMART, that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A project should compose of a series of interdependent tasks. Since a project is a broad thing, the different tasks are broken down into individual independent tasks that they are manageable. Then utilizes various resources, having a project having series of interdependent tasks. So these individual tasks are completed using various resources or particular resources. Should have a specific time frame. Having a specific time frame, that should have the beginning and the end. Then it should have a customer. The customer is the end user of the product or the service to be delivered by the project. Then it involves the degree of uncertainties. So this includes the risks and the issues involved during project management. So we have then the constraints or the project triangle. Here we have the scope. Scope is the sum of products, services, or results to be provided by the project or provided as a project. Then time is the overall duration of a project. Cost is the budget, or you can say the overall cost of the project, the money spent or the money incurred in the project from the beginning up to the end. Then quality is all the standard of services or standard of products to be delivered to the customer by the given project. So we have then types of projects where we have predictive projects and agile projects. Here where we can say predictive projects, this concentrates on the thorough upfront planning of entire project. Then agile projects, it relies on the incremental iterative development cycle of a cycle to complete a less predictive project. In other words, it's an adaptive project, so it can be improved over time to satisfy the customer's need. So this is the project life cycle. In a project life cycle, at the beginning, a project is born when a customer identifies a need to set up a certain project. When a need is identified by the customer, so an organization can come up and set up a project, and these are the different phases to be undertaken, or different phases through which a project is done or undertaken. It first undergoes the initiation phase, the planning phase, execution, and the closing stage. So the fundamental project management processes and tools. Here, in the initiation phase, this is where we establish the objectives of a project These objectives should be SMART. Being SMART, we said it is being specific, should be measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Then these are the various tools involved during initiation stage, which we have the project charter, and the project charter is a document issued by the project initiator that formally authorizes the existence of the project and provides the project manager with the authority to apply the organizational resources to the project activities. Then we have the stakeholders register. A stakeholder register is just a document which has different stakeholders, which could be a customer, team members, and management, and their respective duties duties to perform in a given project. Then in the planning phase, this is where we develop a work plan by scheduling the individual tasks and the time through which they should be accomplished. Then the budget, that is the overall cost of the project. Then in execution, this is where we perform the work on the plans developed. These are the tools where we can manage the performance of where we have the risk log, issue log, status log. Then in the closing phase, where we obtain the feedback, especially obtain the feedback from the customer. Then the summary report of the summary report, that is basically written by the manager, project manager. Then you have types of organizations. Here, types of organization, we have the function organization, matrix, and projectized organization. In function organization, here the project manager does not own the project. In a matrix, both project manager and functional manager work together to fulfill or to accomplish a given project. Then in the projectized manager, here the project manager owns the project. He is the top administrator of this given project. Then these are the characteristics of a project, which is the project manager's authority, resource availability, who controls the budget, project manager's role, and project manager admin or staff. And these are the different ways in which these characteristics affect a given organization, either functional matrix or projectized organization. Then you have enterprise portfolio management. This is the connection between the business management and the project management. Here at the back of our mind, we know these statements: the mission, vision, strategy, objective, and goals are transformed into companies-wide program that translates the corporate intention into an action. Now, this is the enterprise V plan. Here, this presents or represents the business management. Then this project, programs, and portfolio represents the project management. Here, vision is what we expect out of the project. Mission, from the mission is where we generate the objectives, and objectives are the goals. Then the goals are generated from the objectives. Then the combination of the vision, mission, and the goals is what we call the business strategy. Then a work plan. Then a project, we know it is the temporal endeavor undertaken to complete a given project. Then the programs are a combination of projects to be undertaken in a coordinated way. A portfolio is a group of programs and projects to be accomplished in a given time. And in project management information system, it consists of tools, techniques used to gather, integrate, and disseminate the output project management processes. This project management information system have 6 essential features. of which we have the scheduling and planning feature, resource management feature, budgeting feature, control and performance feature, reporting feature, and integrating feature. In a building, how do we build a schedule of the project? Project schedule is an output of a schedule model that presents linked activities with planned dates, duration, and milestones and resources. So then these are different tools. They can name them as the Microsoft scheduling tools, capability model, and Excel. These are different tools through which we can build a schedule of a given project. You can use an Excel. You use a project for the web. Use Microsoft project, that is a desktop, especially for the desktops. Project online. Then how do we create a budget? How do we create a budget for the project? So know a budget is an approved estimate for a project at a given set of time. Then a project cost management is the process that involves planning, estimating, budgeting, financing, managing and controlling the cost of the project that can be completed within approved budget. Then we have planned cost management is the process of defining how the project cost will be estimated, budgeted, managed, monitored, and controlled. So we have types of cost. Have variable costs. These are costs which changes with the change in production. Then we have fixed costs. These are costs which do not change as production changes. Then direct costs and indirect costs, those are the costs incurred during the project managing your project. This involves completing of tasks on the schedule. It also includes updating the schedule as well as the cost aligned with the reality. We should successfully manage the following in our projects, which are the risks, issues, and status reporting. Monitoring and controlling. This is the process of tracking, reviewing, and reporting overall progress to meet performance objectives of the project. So at the back of mind, we can ask ourselves what should be monitored and controlled in our projects. Can monitor the scope, monitor the schedule, monitor the budget, monitor the risks, monitor the issues, monitor the stakeholders. Can also manage the documents of the report, and we manage the products, services, and resources, and the results you are producing. And how do we manage our scope? By ensuring that the scope creep is not occurring. Scheduling, we ensure that the tasks are started and completed on time, because we know a project has the beginning and the end, so you make sure that the given tasks are completed in the stated time in the schedule. Have budget, you ensure that the actual costs are not exceeding the planned cost or the baseline of the project. Risks, we know these are uncertainties. How do we manage them? By identifying and managing the risks of that given project, managing them and coming up with a proper solution to those risks. Issues, we ensure that the issues are being actively managed to the closure of the project. Stakeholders, here we ensure that the expectation of stakeholders is highly monitored and managed. The documents, ensure the vision control measures are established and followed. Then the product, services, or results you are producing, you ensure you are meeting quality standards for the deliverables you are producing. Then and value management. And value management, this is the methodology that combines scope, schedule and resource measurements to assess the project performance and progress. Then the value management develops and monitors 3 key dimensions for each work package and control accounts. A work package, we know it is the lowest level of the work breakdown structure. We have the planned value, have the earned value and the actual value. So the earned value is the measure of work performed expressed in terms of the budget authorized to that work to that work. Then the actual value of work performed then you have the performance measures in project management. These are the performance measures. In work management, you have the planned value, earned value, and actual value, and variance. The variance is the deviation from the plan. Using performance measures, it is possible to calculate the 3 different variables or variances. Have the cost variance. Cost variance is calculated by subtracting the actual cost from the earned value. And the schedule variance is calculated by subtracting the planned value from the earned value. Then the total variance can be calculated by subtracting the actual cost from the planned cost. So closing the project. Before closing the project, you should first obtain the customer feedback. What is the reaction of the customers towards the product or the service being delivered from the undertaken project? Then the lesson learned, that one is mainly generated from the team members. What have they done successfully? What have they failed to do? Which new skills have they come up with? That's all. Then the project summary report. The project summary report may include each and everything which have been done, what have failed to be completed, what are the failures, what are the success. Then you have performance evaluation. It's also performed by, that is evaluation is done by the project manager. Documentation, close out, celebration. And below is the link of certification of online course and that of a YouTube video respectively. So thank you for listening.